Hello, welcome to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and this guy above me is Maff. Hello, Maff. How you doing?
Hello, pretty good, thanks. Yeah, never quite sure how StreamYard decides whether, like, who's placed above and who's below, because I joined after you, didn't I? So should be that way. Should be the other way around.
Yeah, good point actually. Yeah.
Must be Thursday. Just that Thursdays don't make any sense.
I never could get the hang of Thursdays. No,
exactly. Yeah. If I'm going to quote it, I need to get the quote right. So.
I did that in the Zoid Pay Telegram group earlier on. Someone was saying, "When's this going to happen? When's that going to happen?" And I tried to not make any trouble in there. It's quite difficult for me sometimes, because I like being troublesome. But I get told off every time I do, so I try not to, So all I said was time is an illusion, lunchtime doubly so. And then it created this ginormous argument. And no one ever mentioned Douglas Adams at all.
That's a bit sad, really, isn't it? I mean, I wonder if people. So that implies that nobody got the reference at all.
Nobody at all. No. I think we're a dying breed, actually. The Hitchhiker's Guide people. If anyone knows what we're talking about, put a 42 in the chat. That'll be nobody. Anyway, Florin's here, and so's Nick as well. So at least
I was going to say, if you're not sure, put a Y42 then. What's that about in the chat?
Yeah, and if you don't know what we're talking about at all, just put pi. Okay.
Yeah, or just chill,
But or you could write pi numerically to as many decimal places as you know, which for me isn't that many actually. 3.1415927. I think that's about as far as I know. I think
that's pretty good. Yeah.
But yes, right. Anyway, back to normal things. Right. Anyway, welcome everybody who is here. Have we got anyone here? Three people.
One or two. Yeah, one or two.
I think one of those is me. The other one's Florin. The other one's Nick, and you as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I think people are just lost interest in crypto at the moment.
Possibly a bit of that, but yeah, I don't know. We need to just provide some, I don't know, just good things that just to get people interested in it again. Not that anyone's going to listen outside of this particular sphere. But
one thing I did think actually is I've got a 2-bit account here with a quite a big like demo pretend money thing in it. So I was thinking if we see some opportunities, we could actually just do some like live pretend trades and see how they play out. Just bear that in mind if you think, oh, this might be quite a good scalping opportunity or something like that. Then we could do a bit of that, and then I'll have a look in a minute and see how much it's in there. I think it's about like $10,000 or something. So that might be quite a good. You could probably get some exciting numbers, couldn't you? Happening.
Yeah, but probably ought to do that. I think that's.
Yeah. Go on.
Well, I was going to say, then when we put like Bitcoin live trading or whatever on onto the blurb and the titles and things, we'll actually do a bit of Bitcoin live trade or some other assets live trading.
Yeah,
for definite.
Absolutely. Anyway, so you went here yesterday, but I was looking for like a little pump or something, and it did kind of happen. But what I realised was once I'd drawn in my hang on, they've gone. But once I'd drawn in various sort of like levels and stuff for Bitcoin, I realised what actually happened yesterday was, if you look at the all-time high from the last cycle, so the November 2021, that level was like 68. Well, on this chart, this is the index chart, that was 68, not 68,997. So yesterday, yesterday we pretty much came up to exactly that. And we did that here at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Then we did it later on at 7 o'clock in the evening. So the only trade I did was a little one from here to here, which was okay, actually. It was all right. And that's what I made the video about yesterday. I wasn't sure what was going to happen after that, but yeah, once I realized that was the top of the cycle in 2021.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, I was going to say Bitcoin's definitely in something of a range at the moment. It's ranging through kind of a channel. I mean, there's a bit of an upward bias to it, but definitely it's just like well, it's probably good trading conditions actually. It's up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah. I mean,
can't really complain about that.
Right, you can always complain about something, but
always find something.
But what you mean? This kind of like that sort of thing there?
Well, that's sort of the broader range, isn't it? But even just that last bit, when you were zoomed in,
what kind of down? More like that?
Yeah. I mean, even just like the last bunch of hours, it's
okay.
So you can see there's like there's 4 lows, and I guess 3 higher lows, just in that last kind of price structure where it's kind of zigzagging upwards a bit.
Okay. Yeah,
kind of that. I mean, it's a range, isn't it? And it's moving to the right through a channel. So kind of good for just good trading conditions, I think, looking at that. As long as it keeps doing that, so someone might dive in now and just say like, well, okay, great, yeah, I'll do some trading on that, assuming it's just going to keep following that pattern, and then at that point it crashes to the downside or to the upside even.
for sure.
That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't totally kept up with the news, but as far as I can gather, what happened was there was loads of rumors about the Iran war de-escalating yesterday, and then Trump did his speech and said, "Oh, we're just going to bomb the shit out of them."
Knock them back into the Stone Age and so on.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, that's
steady on.
Not quite what we were hoping for. So I think that's why the price came down, isn't it? As far as I know. But yeah, so that's where we are at the moment. Oh, I don't know. The coach has arrived. Hang on. Oh, everyone's here. Right. So, sorry, I'll just whiz through them. So got Kaz here. Hello, Kaz. How you doing? Yay! Yes, live trading, please. In a demo account seems a good compromise for you to do as less pressure. Yeah. The only thing is, I'm always a bit reckless with demo accounts, and I kind of because you don't
blow the account.
You just don't have that emotion, do you? Anyway, Ozzy's it. Oh, good day, lads. He's probably up in the middle of the night and not on you. It's a yo-yo market. It is indeed a yo-yo market. Why?
That's probably how I would read it out. I'd be reading it very literally.
What? Why?
Yeah. So what does that stand for then? It's a YO. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, Blaze London's here. I think that's Paul, isn't it? But hello, mate. How you doing?
Good solid start to the comment section, I would say. And
I would say so. Yeah, it's good to see the usual crew here. That's brilliant. Tomorrow is Friday, which is Bring a Friend Day. So do bring a friend. What's occurring tomorrow? Do you know? I think the LSE and the NYSE, I think they're all shut, aren't they? But
oh yeah. So not sure about in the US actually. Now you mention it, but there is tomorrow that there's data being released. So today it's the unemployment claims in the US, right. And tomorrow we've got average hourly earnings, and we've got non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. So, okay, so today's unemployment claims, tomorrow's unemployment rate. I guess one's probably going to kind of be a bit of a spoiler for the other, isn't it? So it means, I guess tomorrow's unemployment rate might not be quite so, might not have quite such an impact on the market as it might have otherwise, because we'll get an idea from like later today. I think it's 2:30. Oh, is your screen share gone?
Oh
so
yeah,
from
no,
2:30 p.m. today.
I was trying to make the camera unfreeze, but
oh my
God.
Well, it's worked.
Hey, I don't think it has.
Worked.
Oh, it has. Yeah. No, because I was just closing down a few tabs, but I closed down a few too many tabs, obviously. I didn't mean to do
Don't close this tab. Yeah.
I know. Okay. There's another one. I don't want to see that, do you? No, don't want to.
Was that actually a live trade that you were to show?
That was yeah, was. Yeah, so I didn't mean to do that.
Right.
Wasn't a very good one.
Is it in profit?
No. Oh, what am I doing? God, I lost plot.
Your camera's frozen again. What's going on?
It's a shit internet, isn't it? Basically.
Essentially, yeah.
I'm just trying to close down a few TradingView things and a few things generally to sort of make it unfreeze. It's not going to happen, I think.
You could put in like a network kind of thing that shows you just how much network like up and down, upload and download bandwidth that you're using, and maybe keep an eye on that to see if there is a pattern, see if it's related to that at all.
I suppose so. Yeah. I think it's just going to be depressing though, I think. But anyway, it should get sorted next week anyway when I get me fiber connection, hopefully.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, but, I got full fiber being installed soon, in theory. A few weeks
nice.
or so. Yeah.
So what kind of upload speeds do you get at the moment? Do you know?
I think it's the overall thing is only like 40 gigs or something like that.
Oh well, that's about 10 times what I get. So
okay, yeah. So I say only like I'm slumming it, but it's
yeah. No, that's about my download speed. So if you're getting that upload, that's why your camera.
No, sorry, yeah, it's 40 gigs download. I don't know what it is upload.
Oh, okay.
Look, yeah.
I mean, I think that's my problem. Is like my upload speed is really slow, which is why the camera keeps freezing. But anyway,
yeah. Sure.
Anyway, should we get on with it? Because
I think we should. Yeah.
Right, let's do a bit of this. Actually, Bitcoin's been.
I was actually just doom scrolling through Twitter.
Okay,
just forgot where I was.
Pay attention.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So what have we got? Or shall I do stuff?
Yeah, but please do stuff. Yeah. Yeah,
that looks like there's some tidy retracement levels going on there. From the looks of it.
know. Well, Bitcoin just went a bit bonkers actually. So what's this? This is the 12-hour time frame. So is it still me?
Yeah,
yeah. It's a 12-hour time frame, and that that's been coming down absolutely beautifully. Even the 1 minute, even the 1 minute has just been So that's not a very good example. Hang on. What the hell just happened? That was that just happened in the last like 5 seconds. It was like a $300 move. That's big, isn't it?
Gee whiz. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, yeah, these 1 minute sort of retracements going like budumph, and then down here budumph, budumph.
Other like clockwork, aren't they? It's insane.
This one here, like this one here, it's just that one appeared like just as we started the stream, came down there, boom, straight up again.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Catching that would have been a lovely trade, actually.
That one there.
Yeah, because it tied in obviously with the momentum oscillator as well, because that was very much just kind of hey, this might be a good time. Not so much this is a good time to go long, but hey, we're looking at a price reversal any moment now, and so if you're like looking to enter a long, just there back. Where's it gone? What are you doing?
Hey, sorry, I'm trying to find a retracement or something that would have anyway. Sorry, I'll go back to the 1 minute. Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it, really. Yeah. If you're looking for a place to kind of enter that trade as a long, then that very much would have been it, and then obviously like straight back up to that retracement level. Probably very small percentages on that being on the 1 minute, but still nice little scalp.
Yeah, and I mean, depending on what happened, I mean, we were talking the other day about this sort of slinky effect, sort of where it goes blood dump down on these bullish ones here, sort of like, the springy thing goes up and then comes down again. So, if we had a bit of, I'm kind of looking forward to when we see like a load of red ones and it does the same going up. It does do that. It does do that. Look, hang on. It kind of does it. This was a sort of good one here, right? So it come down from here, went up to that red one there, went then like that, and then sort of like climbed up a bit there, and then it did it with these ones here, these green ones, and it's bloom.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah,
it's great, isn't it? And if you were like a mad scalping person, you could have endless fun doing all this sort of business.
Yeah,
and that is your classic slinky down, isn't it? Sort of good on, and then
it is amazing how the retracement levels just call out each of those. It's uncanny. It really is.
Uncanny is the word. Anyway, but I'd love to know what you think about what might happen next. So
okay,
do you want to grab the screen and
let's do that. Let's remove views. There's me. It's fairly randomly on this at the moment. So this is the liquidation heat map for the 3 month. Quick look at that, and it tells us pretty much. I just refreshed that. This is still up to date. There's a lot of liquidity below. We certainly see that, and where are we at the moment? About there. Okay. 66-ish, isn't it? That's where we're at. So that just, I mean, just looking at that looks like it's going to go down before it goes up. I think it's kind of the impression I get from that, because there's obviously just immediate liquidity there to be hoover up liquids. I don't know. So
it depends what kind of vacuum cleaner you've got, really.
Well, one that's about to break and if can be replaced. So yeah. I mean, oh god, yeah. Just that could. It goes to like off the chart. There's obviously more liquidity below that. It's just, but yeah, and then so just get the feeling it's going to do that before kind of heading up to these sorts of levels, because a lot around there. I think we're going to see 75k again anytime soon.
Maybe.
Maybe. Ooh, optimistic. I suppose it depends on just obviously the Iran situation, doesn't it? What's going to happen there? So meanwhile, yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. What have we got? There's, I mean, yeah, I kind of wanted to call out a couple of these. I mean, you're looking at the retracement levels just now as well. So on the 4 hour, these have been sorry, I read I'm kind of off the screen a bit there. Just trying. I've got to sort this out a bit better. Just do that. Now, if I do that, then I'm still off the screen. Oh well. Yeah. So if I just kind of extend that line, it's not totally accurate, but more or less, just a teeny bit. So because this retracement level, which is part of Quadzilla, by the way, in case anyone was wondering, these are all part of the Quadzilla indicator that you can get on TradingView. And yeah, so Quadzilla drew in that retracement level there, which kind of finished there because the price basically came back down to that level. So what this is indicating was that yeah, sure, the price is kind of up here doing its thing at the moment, but obviously at some point it's going to top out, and you might get a indication of a market reversal happening down here. And sure enough, that's what we get. So there you go. There's the top, and then down it comes, wobbles a bit, ranges a bit there, but just fails to reclaim, and then wallops its way back down, and eventually comes back down and completes that retracement pattern to there. So, but also the other thing about these is that the levels that these call out tend to like very much more often than not, they tend to remain very relevant as kind of either support or resistance, or just kind of like a level that the price wants to return to. Then it often just kind of oscillates around that same level. And in this particular case, the price came down and did the thing that the bullish retracement levels kind of predict a high probability that that's going to happen, which is that it came back down to just below that level, wicked down somewhat. In this case, took its time really getting back up, but eventually managed to head back up above the level. And so that would be the long. You'd enter the long basically kind of around here, knowing that the price is going to come back up, especially with this bearish retracement that's drawing in above there as well. So increases the probability essentially that the price is going to come up and back to that level and then drop down. And boom, because it's kind of the opposite of that one. So it does exactly that, does that, and then fulfills its thing of dropping. And so yeah, along here then, so that same level turned out to be support as it came down. It kind of ranged a bit there for a while, then just failed to kind of hold that level, really just dropped on down through it, and then it became resistance. So the price kind of coming up, nearly touching it there, just kind of fighting it just there, and then up again through it, and it was kind of support there for a little while. So I think that's probably going to continue to be relevant as where the price comes up, and that level is there at 68.4. Similar thing with this retracement level that kind of completed there, but you could similarly kind of do a continuation of that. I'll just make that the right color. So as you can see, just after that completed, the price came up, just kind of bounced off it, came back down. So you could well expect that to come back up. We might even see a bit of a reaction there, some kind of just ranging type bouncing between those two levels, whether it's over the weekend or into next week. So similarly, this level just there, same sort of thing. So that retracement level completed and then became resistance. So the price came up, just touched it exactly, really, like as in the candle close was exactly there, and the next candle open, of course, which came back down to, can't really see it too well on there, but came down to this retracement level as well. So these all played out. You see what I mean? So that's why I think we'll see a similar thing here. the price comes back up, because that's exactly what it's doing here. It's kind of ranging between, there were two levels that it drew in there, one after the other, like so, and then down. And you can kind of see that because the price was just failing to kind of reclaim this level, then of course it's just going to drop away, and so it kind of did that. So yeah, that's on the 4 hourly. If I go to maybe should I have a quick look at the 1 hour? We'll also probably take a look at the weekly after this as well, because as we're here, then wow, okay, that's rather nice. Let's delete that one next. It's had its moment.
Yeah, on the 1 hour, the thing I was looking at this morning was that step 3 one of that retracement. The one from last. I know.
There.
No. Right, just. Sorry, I can't see my hand.
Bearish or bullish?
Bearish from the 31st of March. So like Monday, or
is that one?
Oh no, yeah. Because that was just like that had done a step 1 and 2 like real quick, and then then the step 3 hadn't closed. And I was looking at that this morning thinking, like, I wonder if that will get down there. And like, woof, it did.
Pinpoint as well. And yeah, that is kind of interesting. And then of course it immediately started to draw in another bearish retracement right there.
Yeah,
kind of on top of it. It looks like that one. That one was fairly short-lived, wasn't it? Because it just kind of played out because there was such a lot of I don't know, interacting with the price just at that level. So otherwise that probably would have carried on, and like that is the sort of thing you kind of draw in, like so. And then you can kind of see how that kind of like the bears are trying to pull the price down below that level, so it's wicking down each time, but then wanting to kind of stay up there. So you could even kind of draw that in as potentially a support level. And in fact, to be honest, that the retracement level itself actually kind of by I was going to say by coincidence, but it's obviously all connected. It's very holistic. So that same level comes back here, and it was resistance there. Price just wicks down on it there. Very much support there, along there, all the way through. That was a relevant line. It's the sort of thing where, so it'll probably continue to be a relevant line now that we've seen a line of great relevance as it works its way along. Meanwhile, that was a beautiful retracement level, rather, and so it kind of started drawing. Blah, 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 blah. Price nearly reached it, didn't quite. So, and I think really it's because of this thing about these levels continuing to be relevant, even once they're closed out. So, even if that had touched down and completed that level there, this still would have continued to have some, I don't know, have a clown in the party or whatever. So, so just came back down to that level again, and in this case, kind of whipped down and then zoomed back up, which is exactly what you kind of want to see for a bullish retracement level, because it usually says like the price is going to wick below and then kind of zoom back up to the outside. That's kind of the step 3 part of it, and exactly what it did. So, and also when it happens that quickly, that's usually a great sign of market strength, or weakness if it's the other way around for bearish. So when it happens that quickly, it's a good sign that the price is going to go quite some way to the upside, which it did, and then actually kind of stayed well above that. It didn't just and then drop back down. So strength. I said that in a really weak lean voice. So strength. Need to work on that. So, oh wow, look at that one. That's amazing. They're all pretty amazing. So yeah, should we have a look at the? Actually, KB, hello, afternoon,
Right.
welcome, and I think we'd done all the other comments, didn't we? So if I nip over to here, just a quick recap of this one. I'll try not to dwell on this particular one too much because I do tend to dwell on it too much.
So what we're looking at here again?
So yeah, this is on the weekly, and this is I suppose the big giant sort of slinky spring down, the macro slinky, I suppose. So yeah, so from the so from the candle top, basically from the candle close when we had the week of the all-time high, yay, peak of the bull market, when everyone thought it still is going to carry on and go up to 200,000, and except for one or two tweets and things in social media, just saying, oh, by the way, did you know that we're on exactly the predicted number of days that it would take to reach the next all-time high, like historically. It'll be exactly today on that date, and of course it was. No one really believed it though. So because this time it was different. So anyway, so the price dropped by 30%, just within, like, candle open to close sort of thing. And just for a second, I'll hide those, and did that, and accumulated, gained 8%, again candle open to close essentially, so not counting the wicks, and then dropped another 30%. This time showed a bit more strength during that ranging. It gained 11%, candle open to close. It's still doing that. And if I zoom in on that a bit, because I really thought this had been invalidated earlier in the week, I think, or maybe last week, but it's still very much in play, as you can see. So it came down, done that, and just, yeah, still within that range, and it's just looking more and more likely that it's going to continue that kind of blip, and then down again. In which case it would bring us down to that kind of 50k perhaps. If it's within that range, if it's like all systems break down at that point, then potentially 48, maybe even down to 45. It could like wick lower than that, and I think that is probably going to be that sort of time scale that this pseudo random scribble has kind of marked out. But in fact, I suspect even once it's down there, it's going to probably carry on for a little bit, maybe September, October, because that seems to be how the expectation of the timing on that. So yeah, there's that. I think if this happens too quickly, then that could be a slightly worrying thing, because then that would suggest there'd be a lot more downside to come. It'd just be a sign of great weakness in the market. But instead, if we see just kind of just more of a struggle, just more of just more market strength, just not wanting to see the price descend, and there's money entering the market essentially, then it might take a while, which we hope, it might take a while to sort of get back down to that level, and then maybe that'll be the bear market low that the bottom is in, and so on. So time will tell.
Okay,
that's that. Yeah. Anything else you fancy looking at?
We got any comments? I mean, do you want a quick look at oil, because that seems to be a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So I've actually got two oil charts. There's this one, crude oil futures, hence the exclamation mark, I guess. That's got funny numbers.
Right.
I guess because it's not per barrel, is it? It's per something else, I suppose. But and then also there's this one, which I guess must be per barrel, light crude oil in futures on the New York MEX. What's the M? What does the M stand for?
No idea, to be honest, actually.
Monkey Exchange. That'd be more chaotic than like the New York Stock Exchange with the bell clanging and everyone on the trading floor. Just have a monkey exchange. Anyway, so yeah, so well, oil has been pumping, isn't it? I think, as we all know, really, it's like news at 11, cat stuck up tree or whatever. Oil be pumping. So the thing with it, well, actually, I guess go into this one because I think it's virtually showing the same thing, really. I did draw in this this horizontal line. That's some quite impressive TA, isn't it? Drew that in some time ago back here, and it's really notable that it's continued to be relevant. So obviously the price very much pivoted just there, and was that 9th of March? I guess that was kind of the start of the conflict, pretty much, wasn't it? When just things are really kicking off. We saw that, and everyone was a tad worried, understandably. From that, then, so the price kind of tried to reclaim above that level. We were all a bit relieved that it didn't, so we came back down, unless you're longing, and came up again, just tested that same level, pivoted again. Over here, kind of broke above it, just failed, broke down, but also that was temporarily support, just obviously quite weak support because it just didn't really hold it. And here, when the market reopened, straight up, market opened at that same level again for the pump. So what do you reckon? It's surging, isn't it? It's almost in price discovery at the moment.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So however far it gets, it might do that. Then might bounce off there. If that'd be very worrying if that level now becomes support. And because that would be at whatever 9.6 is. Similar thing on here, isn't it? I mean, it did the old thing. I mean, it's same pattern, obviously, but it's so overlay that. If I draw a similar line just here, that obviously, and it's not the same level, of course, but because yeah, because that's the kind of the area of big old area of whatever going on just there, confluence and things. Let's put that to a respectable color. And what's lovely here is how Quadzilla kind of caught that retracement pattern just there, kind of up to there that I just drew in, and then down, weights down, and then headed back up again. So basically marked out a tasty trade that somebody could have taken on that. So, and this one now is doing a similar sort of thing, noticeably. So if there's hopium to be had here, it could be that, because the EMAs are behaving kind of similarly. So that could end up in a bit of a range. It might come up and hit that $115 a barrel. Jeepers. Do you think it might? I mean, it's 100. Is that the correct price at the moment? $109 a barrel. For this light crude.
It sounds about right. I haven't really bought many barrels of light crude oil recently, but
yeah, I need to stock up as well, actually. Well, to be fair, maybe we will need to stock up pretty soon. It's panic buying at the petrol station. So.
Well, I bought some extra virgin olive oil the other day. that was expensive enough.
Yeah, I've heard you can fill the car with that, and
That's
I mean it won't work. The engine won't work, but you can.
It's quite an expensive way to run your car, actually.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
it's like £5 a litre, or £5 a half litre or something,
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so Ozzy saying, can someone please get CZ to crash the price of oil? Yeah, how would you do that?
So, sort of the big short, isn't it? However it goes.
I must admit,
Chippy oil.
I suppose it will be a interesting trade one day, won't it? Sort of shorting oil, but
yeah.
It is an all-time high, isn't it? Kind of.
Probably.
Yeah, which is quite crazy.
Well, when was that back then? So 2022. So not quite, in fact.
Oh, okay.
130. Also, if you ever watched Dallas back in the day, at one point oil reached $1 million a barrel.
Did it?
Well, on Dallas, TV show.
Blimey.
So with JR, I think he did something. He manipulated the market in some way. Didn't go to jail for it. So I guess things were a bit more relaxed in those days. You could just march up to someone in their Dallas office and just shake them by the hand and then shoot them, and it was all fine. They're quite chill.
I suppose it wasn't that much money in those days. I mean, you could actually build a bionic man for $6 million, couldn't you?
Yeah, bargain. Yeah. Although he kept breaking down, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't go near water as well. There's a few flaws there.
Yeah, the skin kept ripping as well, didn't it?
Yeah. And also, why only the right arm? They just replaced his right.
That's the only arm he lost.
Yeah, but you think, well, if they're upgrading him, just do a more complete job.
What, cut off the good arm and put keep
it in the freezer. Label it, put a date on it, obviously, but just keep in case he wants it put back on at some point. So anyway,
yeah, he'd be rubbish at arm wrestling if you got the wrong arm. Sort of like, let's do the other arm now. Then he'd be rubbish, wouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He'd have to feign illness, make his excuse and leave at that point.
Yeah, so I got a bit of a twinge in that one, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. So, also, he'd be terrible at snooker, pool, or whatever, because there wouldn't be the fine motor control, I'm sure.
Even swimming, he'd just swim around in circles, wouldn't he? But if he could go more,
yeah, exactly. I think they did him a great disservice there. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? So. So Ceylon here. So, I guess we're looking back through time really to see. That was even higher, wasn't it? So that was 2008. Kind of hit a high of 147 at that point, and actually it goes back to dinosaurs. Oh no, it wasn't really dinosaurs for oil, is it? If the fossil fuel thing is to be believed, it was it was all like prehistoric ferns, I guess, and trees and whatnot. I guess the dinosaur would have been eating the ferns that would have turned into oil.
Right.
Dinosaur. Yeah, apologies. I seem to have gone very abstract today. So I'll try and do something about that. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know. I was hoping that by the time I got to the end of the year, okay, I'd have something to add, but I didn't really. Okay, I think essentially, I mean, looking at it here, I mean, trying to look at this in a TA sense rather than a just price of oil has gone crazy sort of sense. That there's very much there was that market structure, wasn't there? Just kind of zoom, was went wrong at the end, but and it's depending how you view it, you could look at that as maybe that has now been completed, because it at least returned to that level. Obviously, it hasn't come up to there. Well, I suppose. Oh, sorry, tell a lie. It did. Did it perfectly touch that level? Because just looking at that spike there, it did, didn't it? Do that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, price came out. So initially, the weekly candle closed there, opening and then just came back down. Then the price waked up and perfectly closed that. So depending how much order volume was in that spike, has that kind of used up all of those the passive orders and the just the sort of orders that were ready to be liquidated and so on, have all those been just kind of gobbled up and then come back down? So in which case, that's like a market reset. It's market reset at that point, isn't it, when that happens? So then it's like what's happening now is potentially just new territory, or if there are still open orders left over, there's still liquidation work to be done after that wick, because it was a bit short-lived. Then this could be coming up again to just kind of reclaim some of that. So I guess if people are shorted just here and their shorts are still open, that vaguely suggested, but yeah, and their short positions are still open, then this is going to come back up, just liquidate all of those, close them out or stop them out or whatever, and sorry, just looking at the comments. So yeah, probably we'll just see. Well, I say probably. I don't know. no one knows what's going to happen with this really, but probably see that again. Do you think? Because or maybe a wick slightly above, a bit like what happened there. But overall,
What the
you're right.
Sorry, I've got a spinning thingy here.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
Sorry. Or might still be spinning.
No, I'm all right. I'm good. Sorry.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay.
Nothing to say.
Yeah. So essentially, I don't know, lost my thread a bit. But it was. Oh yeah, sorry, that was it. So the there could be sort of. Do I need to draw in a thing for this? Really, I don't know. I know I'll draw a line. So essentially, because overall that that's a downward trend that's showing there, isn't it? So it's like because there has been that kind of like big kind of push to the upside, and so it's the old elevator up and then escalators down. So and it seems to be so that might well just play out again. Could just be the same, like however high that gets to. If it tops out there at that level at 115, then it just does a similar sort of thing, try and the same sort of gradient as that. Then might see that for a while, because that overall was for if I mark that out, about is that 1,378 days. Okay. So I guess we are looking at this bit very, very zoomed out at the moment. So yeah, could well see just kind of like the steady decline of the price over the next few years, even. But obviously that's pending stuff resolving in the Middle East and so on. So and that's a much more kind of like zoomed out kind of view on it. and that's kind of if it follows that same pattern, which it could. Has it done that in the past?
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the kind of like double top sort of idea, you know, even though it's over a few years, that's quite feasible, isn't it? You know, so
yeah,
and
definitely.
You know, this war thing's got to fizzle out sooner or later, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be met with much kind of euphoria in the market at that point. Oil price will just plummet, and stocks and maybe Bitcoin will whatever the opposite of plummet is. So again, sorry to keep coming back to these, but some of these retracement levels are just like, if you're a very, very long-term trader, probably investor, I think that's on those timescales, just price of oil is all the way up here. Look at this. But don't worry, there's a very high probability it's going to come back down to that level. Correct. To that level, correct. And this one, of course, longer term, price just came down, touched it, headed back up, which is kind of what these tend to predict. That level there, which it just stopped plotting, but it's very much still kind of ongoing and kind of perfect. The price just kind of came down. That was a mega wick down. When was that? 2020, April 2020. The price just absolutely wicked down.
Oh, that was to
$40.
That was the pandemic.
Okay, yeah.
That was when the price actually went negative.
So, oh yeah. Oh, sorry. You're right. Yeah, -40. Bloody hell. Because everyone just stopped traveling, I guess.
Yeah, and you had to pay to store it, which is why it's negative. Which is mad, isn't it?
Jesus.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that would have traded on a futures market.
I will see.
Because obviously oil futures. So how did that work? Probably the funding rates would have made it a bit prohibitive, I would think, to go long on that. It'd have to be something like that, wouldn't it?
I guess so, yeah, because you can't really trade. Because you can't really trade things that have no value, can you?
So, no. Otherwise, the world would now be filled with kind of just oil trading trillionaires. Essentially, you just like made it big on that. It would have been an infinite money glitch, you know.
Yeah, so to trade something with a negative value, I don't know.
It just can't. Yeah, but I think the funding rate would have taken care of it, most likely.
Yeah,
just guessing. Yeah, one to look into. But overall, yeah, just look at that. Just so again, that level price came up to that, bing, bounced off it, and same with that. That one perfectly followed the sort of up, down, up, sort of bullish retracement pattern. That one inverted, the down, up, down, well, kind of down. The price did actually drop back down, just not very much, because I think there was such a lot of strength in the price at that point, and so on and so on. That retracement level there was kind of perfect. That was a retracement. Yeah, it was, and so on. Okay, we've probably done oil, haven't we? Should we?
Yeah, just before you do though, so can I just share my screen for a minute?
Sure, of course. Let me remove me, and I'll add you. Okay.
Because which one's that showing? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, because this 2-bit thing is an exchange I've been playing around with, and there's a few things that really annoy me about it, like if you have a trading stop loss, it's invisible, which is rubbish.
Okay.
You literally just cannot see it, you know. However,
a little bit fundamental, really.
Yeah. I think BitGet does the same thing as well, and they just, you know, I told them about it years ago, and they haven't fixed it, so I just kind of stopped using it, really. But yeah, but 2-bit does have have this oil Brent USDT as a pair. It's like
Ooh,
that is it, isn't it?
So yeah, you could probably match it up, like looking at oil Brent crude on the same time frame on TradingView or whatever. Well, not whatever, on TradingView.
I'm just Brent. Sorry, you can't see this, but so what's that? The 4 hour. I sort of noticed it the other day actually, because I've been trying. These guys have been pestering me to sort of say. They keep saying, why don't you feature our exchange? And I said, well, get your bloody trading stop loss working, and I might do, but
I mean, is it because it's a new exchange? Are they still coding it up? They've done like
I think so, yeah.
product.
I think so, yeah. And because I've said
with time, yeah.
What, sorry?
Hopefully with time, just saying.
Yeah. I mean, because I was saying, the thing is, I only promote stuff I use myself, and I do tend to use trading stop losses quite a lot. And if I can't use it because I can't see it on the chart, then I'm not going to use your exchange. So I was saying, tell me something that this is good about your exchange. And I think this is probably one of the things is like you can easily trade. Oil Brent USDT. I'm just comparing the chart. Yeah, that is the same. So so this might be a bit of fun actually. To trade. But I
should give it a go. Well, I mean, how volatile is it? Like on the 1 minute?
Well. Don't know. Fairly.
It's not like jumping around.
I could do this for the demo thing, couldn't I?
Yeah. So I mean, should bring that up on TradingView as well, so we could kind of look at what does Quadzilla say about it.
What do you want me to do? The actual Brent thing, or
up to you, whatever you fancy trading.
I don't think it's going to have it on here. No, it's
well, not on 2-bit. It would actually the
the actual Brent thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what should we do? It makes sense to go for that one now, wouldn't it?
So you're thinking short at the moment.
Well, I'm thinking. Well, it's either going to do that sort of thing, or it's going to go, up to that one there, reject, and then do something else. Maybe.
Should I have a quick look at it, or?
Yeah. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? And I'll try and find the demo funds on the exchange.
Yeah, sure. So if I do a quick bit of TA on it, and then
okay.
Is that crude oil Brent? Was that just like the top one? Oh yeah, crude oil Brent.
Yeah.
Cash. So if I zip back to there and I've got the stats open because I just open up a new tab for that. Oh, you know, one thing I did want to very quickly point out. Sorry, this is going to be a complete change of thing. Just for a second, I just wanted to show this. So in Quadzilla, if I go to say the 1 hour, and within here, then there's a really interesting thing that, because I'd almost sort of forgotten about it, but then I had another look. So if I just to show you, I'll switch on the stats for a second for the retracement levels, and so you can see here, like it's the usual sort of thing with these, like excuse me. So for the bearish, the red retracement levels, when they start drawing, so on this Bitcoin 1 hourly chart, it's drawn 437 of the bearish levels, and of those, 415 of them successfully reached the step 2 thing. So like, I mean, here's a bullish example, bullish retracement level example, where it's drawing the step 2, the price came back down and touched it. So that's a successful retracement down to there, and you can kind of see that with a thin green line, that's still drawing the step 3, where it's expecting the price to come back up, which it will at some point. It's still over there somewhere, but that's taking a bit longer. So the reason for those, you also kind of see the stats include like the average amount of time that each of those take to complete. So like for step 2 to complete, it's that little thing that's got a little tooltip for it. Average is actually 2 days. So on the 1 hour charts. So keep that in mind, like that. So this is probably more of a swing. Like if you're looking at the 1 hour chart on this, you might be looking at a bit of a longer term trade rather than intraday. So like for that one, took that long over to there and completed, and so on. But yeah, the thing I wanted to actually point out on this was that we've got these settings. So like what level does the retracement level draw at, or plot its series at, and this does have an effect on see where they kind of start and end, and the overall success rate. And because we've got the stats, you can see exactly how making these changes here affects the overall kind of success rate. So tooltip for that, we've got the retracement line starts at the bar where the EMA cross occurred, which is these, and it'll appear at the price level chosen here. The default open/open, so in other words, candle open. So for bearish, it starts drawing at the candle open. For bullish, it also starts drawing at the candle open. So that's the cautious, reliable setting. Venerable, to position the line for a potentially better entry, set to high-low. So for bearish, it would start drawing it at the candle high. For bullish, it would start drawing the candle low, because it just means that you'll get a just more a higher percentage move overall in that case. But that is also a bit riskier when you do that. That's the other side of it. So in practice, you might choose a limit order entry at somewhere between the two levels. So keep in mind the stats there. If I say if I change that to so you can run through these: the candle open, the candle high, candle low, or the candle close. If I choose close, that goes from 94 to 97. Which is nice. I think, did the 462, did it change the number of okay. Oh, in fact, blimey, okay. So this does vary from chart to chart. So, and also you can in many ways probably should leave this at the default settings, because they're kind of optimized for overall just caution and stuff like that. But in this case, like for the bearish, levels start drawing at the close. You see they change around because it's just different calculation, different numbers there. So it's drawn more of them and at a higher accuracy level on there. Similarly for the bullish, I've changed that to close. So sorry, just before I do that, the bullish here is currently at 95% success and 455 out of that number complete. So change that to close. It might, I don't know if it go worse or better. It draws a lot more of them, that's for sure. Was that 95%? I said for that.
I think so.
So that's an overall improvement. Just something to keep in mind. You can go in for a particular chart. can go in and kind of tweak the settings a bit, change that to high. That's a bearish. That made it slightly lower. I think it's drawing a lot less of them as well. So you get that. I'll put it back to its defaults, which is pretty good results in any case, above 90% success rate for these, which is pretty amazing. I'll just switch off the stats as well. Blink. And yeah, okay. So we were talking about Brent, and overall. And here, I'll switch that off as well. The stats. So, that's a pretty good level there. So did the up, down, and up for the step 3 part of that. That's kind of great, actually. Oh, and that one, wow. Okay. Well, this on the 1 hour on Brent. So up, down, up. And obviously went very, very up on that one. And so okay.
The only sad thing is I've just been fiddling about, and the demo funds aren't available for that pair, which is a bit annoying.
Strange, I think, because yeah. So we could do this on Bitcoin. Should do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. Let's switch back to this one. Reset. I guess that was relevant at some point. Let's delete those. And I'll also probably need to wrap up pretty soon.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, do you want to do this now, or save it for the next live stream?
We could save it for the next one, actually, because I'm probably going to shoot off at like 1:15 anyway. So
okay, sure. Yeah.
So that's cool.
But on that cliffhanger.
That cliffhanger. Yeah. And until next time. Yeah, I might have a little explore of that 2-bit thing with the oil thing though, because that might be quite interesting, really. I don't quite know how to play it though, to be honest, actually, because it's one of those things where, like, I know we've looked at it, but like, I think it'll go up a little bit more, but at some point it's going to come right back down, isn't it? It's got to be a good short.
It's going to be so news driven, really. Yeah,
it's got to be a good short at some point, hasn't it? I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I might make a good topic for a video or something. And
yeah.
So, any Maftopia today or not?
Not saying no. I think it's probably for the kind of foreseeable future. I suppose it's going to be Tuesdays for the live streams. So what I'm planning on doing is kind of getting a bit of a kind of factory thing of just rolling out a lot more shorter videos, like recorded videos on a single topic each one. Okay. And hoping to kind of get that rolling this weekend, because obviously it's the 4-day weekend in the UK. And although there is also a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm working on in parallel with that. So, but do expect that soon. So I think it's going to be a whole stack of probably like four-ish, 3, 4, 5 minute videos on a single topic. I'll just kind of rattle them out, and and include like a Tuesday live stream as well. So in the live stream, we can, as well as covering a single topic in that, we can do a bit of a summary of the recorded videos that have just gone out as well. So it'd be something along those lines, I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. For anyone who missed it, we had quite a fun one on Tuesday. My daughter, mad with crypto, she was there as well. And which she very much enjoyed, by the way, and she said thank you for letting her come on the show. And,
that's great. That's superb. Yeah, I mean, she actually contributed like knowledgeable stuff. Added value.
Yeah, no, she's quite clever with books and stuff, and knowing things, And
anyone who's wondering about that, so that the topic of the last Maftopia live stream from Tuesday was essentially about how AI generated content is kind of finding its way into traditional publishing, books and stuff. So, there've already been a few scandals around it. Like one particularly high-profile case, which is one that we covered, and it raises all sorts of questions, like, is it bad? Like, or there's a lot of pill clutching around. She used AI for her book, and the publisher in question, Hachette, they dropped her book entirely. So obviously, some people don't mind it, but I think it's just like they need to know, they need to be told in advance that this was, like, AI was heavily used in not so much like researching and stuff like that, but actually writing. So AI wrote a lot of the book, and that's the thing that people don't like, or they feel cheated if they find out afterwards. So there's a huge discussion around that, and it was good fun. Went through all that.
If you're interested, I've just dropped the URL of the stream in the chat there. So do go along, watch a bit, and give it a like, and subscribe to Mafftopia if you're not subscribed already.
Absolutely.
Hey, there you go. It's me plugging you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
it's all right. Right, I probably need to shoot off myself. What do we reckon about this jobs? What's it called? Jobs.
Whatever it was. Yeah, the unemployment claims. I think.
Unemployment claims.
I don't know.
I
put a mention bit on the X post, so we probably should mention it. Should talk about it. But what was it last time? I wonder. Let me just check.
I'm trying to find the. Why is there not a little thingy on TradingView like there normally is? Oh, there is. Sorry.
US
unemployment rate
today.
It's tomorrow.
To last month. I guess the monthly on the. Sorry, just see what Gemini says. This can be the. So the US Department of Labor released the weekly initial unemployment claims report this morning. The labor market remains relatively tight, with claims coming in slightly higher than the previous week, but very close to market expectations. So initial jobless claims then, so they came in at 212,000. It was expected to be 212,000, the same. The previous week was 210,000, revised number from last week. So in other words, they've gone up a bit, but probably not disastrously so from the looks of things. Today's data serves as the final appetizer before tomorrow's March non-farm payrolls report. And markets are currently bracing for a non-farm payrolls print of approximately 60,000 jobs added following February's surprising dip of minus 92,000 jobs. So yeah, that was surprising at the time. So the national unemployment rate in the US is expected to hold steady at 4.4%. So just as you were, essentially. But so if it's expected that that dip in the number of in the amount of employment last month, or the month before, I suppose, is basically being recovered from pretty much. So I think that's what people are hoping for. So still, over the Easter weekend, expect volatility because it is going to be volatile in any case, I think.
So, okay. Well, there you go. Expect volatility indeed. But yeah. Okay, great. I think markets are shut tomorrow, but I mean, we may as well do a little bit, haven't we? Unless you're busy.
Oh tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay. It'll probably be a shorter live stream tomorrow, but
yeah,
like you say, maybe do a bit of live trading on there and see what happens.
Yeah, I did just notice actually. If I can I just pop my screen on for a second?
Sure.
Just remove you and. Oh, it's there, isn't it? Yeah, I just saw this actually, saying a tokenized bet just posted crypto's biggest loss. So tokenized Brent oil futures on the hyperliquid generated about 46.6 million in liquidations in 24 hours, making oil the third most liquidated asset after Ether at 104.5 million.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin at 98.3 million. So what's everyone been doing there? Has everyone been like longing oil, and then it's just
another look actually? I don't know. It's so. When was that dated? Was that dated today?
That was today. That was like that was just a few minutes ago. It just appeared.
Oh yeah, I mean there was yesterday morning UK time. Obviously, that there was a big old plummet on the price because it dropped from the start of the week. It was up at around $108 a barrel, and from the start of the week during the course of the week so far, it dropped to about 97. It's recovered from there. Boo! Yeah, when the prices lay down. It's heading back up again now.
Okay, yeah. I just wondered if this article was like the thing that just caused that sort of mad dump, sort of in the price of everything a few minutes ago. Well, not a few minutes ago, like about an hour ago, wasn't it? I don't know.
Because that did seem a bit random, didn't it? I mean, to be honest, if looking at, sorry, I might just grab the screen again just for a second.
Yeah, sure.
So on this, so just like looking at Bitcoin, for example, that the price was already doing that, and that was kind of from today, 2 a.m. this morning UK time. So the Asian markets basically had kind of done a whole bunch of that, completed that retracement level. That's lovely. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, literally just pinpoint on that. Recovered a bit, and then down again, very Elliott wave going on there, just dump. And so what it carried on doing was essentially just a continuation. I guess that was very much a bear flag just there. So, and it's probably more or less inversely proportional to this, because that's on the hourly as well. So because obviously this has been pumping. It's paused for breath a little bit, so maybe that was the slight recovery that we saw in Bitcoin, and then carried on up. It's opposite. So so in that sense, I think probably the price of oil is definitely kind of impacting the Bitcoin price, but whether it's actually a direct relationship or it's just that they're both reacting in the ways that they do to the same events, Yeah.
Okay.
Probably more the latter, I think.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Right. Okay. So I'm just having a look at Bitcoin, just like having a bit of a dump. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we'll be back this time tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. And please do.
Good one. Yeah.
Please do give the stream a like on the way out if you haven't already, and make sure you are subscribed, all that good stuff. And I'll be. I think I've got a video to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it today, actually, but keep your ears open just in case. And otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. So, bye.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye.